Okay, so yesterday we had Australia came out strong for employment and unemployment, and then today we had CPI, and it was strong for Japan. So they're both strong. So it looks like um, this is like a zigzag on the daily. I'll say on the weekly. Yeah, it's on the daily. I would say the daily, but it could be a 1, 2, 3. So it's like a 1, 2, 3. And then the third is the longest wave because we got the volume at the top here. So this is like leg one, leg two, leg three, and usually leg three is extended. Seem like most of the time, what you see are impulses, diagonals, zigzags, flats. That's what you see mostly. Um, and then you can see WXYs and WXYZ, X, WXYX squared Z. So WXY and then WXYX squared Z. But usually, just what you see is like zigzags. On this one, it's like zigzags, flats, leading, ending diagonals, and impulses. That's what you usually see. But like with this, it looked like this is extended. This would be like an impulse down on the daily with of course, on the daily, the volume is at the top right here. So if it was to bounce up, it would hit this higher volume. But on the monthly, everything looks small like it's supposed to go back up. But of course, and the weekly, but of course, the daily and the 4 hours have to line up with that, and the 1 hours and all that. So, of course, because this is we in a risk off environment, the AUD Japan usually goes down in a risk off environment. So, um, and Japan is a currency that gets stronger in a risk off environment, where and Australia gets weaker in a risk off environment. But then it's the reverse when the economy is good. Australia gets stronger when it's risk on and the economy is better. Of course, the economy in the United States is still pretty good, and personal consumption expenditures price index is still high. So they may keep interest rates up or raise them at the end of the year. But it went down for the month, but the year is up. But so let's go and look at the 4 hours. And I assume because the daily will be an impulse extended, and this was probably leg three, and it'll probably be extended because usually leg three is extended. That this was extended on the 4 hours. So if this is extended impulse, leg two would come to the 23.6 to the 38.2. And then after that, you would see the market come back. Of course, you got higher volume. Like this looks like a 335 flat. But then when you go down to the 15 minutes, um, it looks like it was, if you look at this on the 1 hours, it looked like it's like a 1, two, three, four, five. It's like I would say it's a diagonal that broke up, tried to turn into an impulse. Of course, it could be an impulse because it's a diagonal that turned into an impulse, but so you could call a diagonal a channel. So because you have one, two, three, four, and then what would have been the fifth wave turned into one, and then you got two. So if this doesn't go past here and make a lower low, below all of this, it might turn into a two. Then you get three coming up here. What I'm thinking is just gonna keep going down, but on the 4 hours, it looked like it could turn around because the volume looks like it's higher for the buyers. Like I said, it could be one, two, three, four. Because on this, it looked like a one, two, three, four. But who knows? But like I said, like on the 15, it looks like it's going to keep going past all of this. Of course, it could, stop and come back up and something like that, come back up. But it looked like it's like so you could say it was one, two, three, and then four and five like that, and then the refresh. But because I was thinking I was gonna try to get a trade when the price got off in here, and it did turn around, but I didn't get in on it. Um, but like I said, the way that it's looking when it comes up like that, it might be getting ready to do a three and go up higher, go back up to around in this level. Um, because it could do that. Because look how high this volume is. But of course, it could keep going down too. But because like I said, if it doesn't go down here, because it could come down here and then just go just past this bottom here, and then come back up. But because it'd be like one, two, three. But like the market just turns around all of a sudden. So like right here, the buyers came in, and then the sellers came in, then the buyers came in way up here, and then it came back down, and then that's how you get the one, two, three, stuff like that. Um, because if you zoom in, it looks like here's one started here, and then two was still, because they said for two to be valid, it had to be above one. So it could actually be, this could be two, then this could be three, and this four, and then five is right here, and then a refresh, you know, and then you got, and then so then that turned into one, two, three, four, five. But that's just all in how you look at it. You could say this is one, this two, that's three, that's four, that's five. But either way it go, um, it's just uh, it looks like it's gonna make a lower low. Of course, it could still because that's how it is. When it starts off as a channel, it looks like it's gonna make a lower low, but it doesn't. And then you get like it could do come all the way down and still not make a lower low. Then this would be two. Then three come up like this. But if it doesn't, who knows? It might be ranging for a long time. Uh, so I don't know, but it looks like it could go past this, or it might stop and then go up and do leg three, or it look like it's gonna keep going. Basically, though, and make a new low. But of course, I wouldn't know that for sure. But but like I said, because then I was looking on the monthly and trying to figure this out because I know like on the monthly this is was getting ready to break through, but of course we know that during a risk off environment this pair usually goes down. But it was looking like this was like a one, two, and then maybe this is the next leg of a three, like a extended leg three getting ready to go. But so I don't know. But then again, it could be one, two, three, four, five, and then it's getting ready to go head on and go to the refresh. You know, but like I said, if this was a leg one, leg two of extended wave, it's supposed to come down in here on the monthly. So maybe when it get down to here, it's gonna turn around and go up. But I don't know. I would say it's gonna go down, and it probably will go down to. I mean, if this is leg three, and this is leg three or three, it's supposed to go. Who knows? It's supposed to go because three or three supposed to be the longest wave, but who knows? Because like this is one, this is two, and this is three. So if this is one, two, three, well, this is supposed to be long. So unless it's gonna do a deeper refresh, which it could, but like I said, this looks like I don't know. I would say it's extended because if the daily is gonna be extended, then this is probably gonna be extended too on the 4 hours. But but like I said, maybe not because the daily something can look like it's a regular impulse on the daily, but it's extended on the 4 hours. But it follows the daily, and so it's going to pull back to because the daily is not extended because the candles look like solid candles. Because like extended on the daily is like this, where it's breaks in between. Like here's one leg, here's two legs, right? So like here you got here's one leg, here's two legs, and then you got another leg right here. So that's not right here. It's like it's two. So I guess you could say it is extended, but so this is a two, and then this is a break two. So yeah, I guess they say leg one is this. So um, so like that's extended because it's broken into two, and then this is like one. But like I said, I guess it's probably going to be extended. So And looking at the volume on here, it looked like it's just gonna go. Um, it looks like it should get past this. It looked like it should get past this, and but it looked weird. But like I said, maybe it's like I said, it could come back up around in here and still be in the right area. So maybe it'll come back up into this area and then it'll come back down. Cause I just don't like that volume. But of course, you know, um, who knows? So I don't know, but yeah. Yeah, so like I said, like right here, the market went way up and then it came down. Couldn't make a lower low. That's how it goes. When the market is changing directions, you'll see a big refresh, and then it'll come down and won't make a lower low. Then it'll come up, come down, won't make a lower low. Come up, come down, won't make a lower low. Come up higher, come down, won't make a lower low. Then it'll come back up. Then it make a little bit lower low, and then go back up. I mean, that's how it is. And it's like that on every time frame. So when the market is about to change direction, that's when you see the momentum start to change. And that's when it change. It just won't go down. You think it's gonna go down, but it doesn't. And that's how a lot of people lose their money. And that's when you gotta stick to the wave count. So it's like one, two. Then you could say, well, this is three, this is four. Then you say, okay, five. It barely went past three, so let's sell. Okay, that ain't enough volume. So now you gotta let it go back up. You know, and then it's another leg. So you could say this is one, two, three, four, five. Then after that, the volume die out and then it come back down. Now you could say this is one, this is two. Then it could be three up or this could be down and break, you know. Or it could, but that's how it is. Like if it came down here and then started ranging some more after it got just like let's say it came right to here, then it started going back up. That'll be a surprise, but then it wouldn't be a surprise. But yeah, like I said, you know, because I'm thinking like this is leg three or three. It don't have a lot of volume on it though, and the third leg usually is the strongest. So Um, but like I said, this leg here, if this is leg three, it's supposed to go to like 1618 to 3618. Um, so it may get there. If you put your Fibonacci expansion at the end of the beginning of leg one, at the beginning of leg one, the end of leg one, and the beginning of leg two, then it's supposed to go to 1618 3618, in between there. So I'm not saying it's gonna go there, but it certainly could. So because the economy probably still gonna be messed up. Of course, we only at 4% unemployment. That's good. We've had good numbers, so I could see them keeping interest rates up as long as inflation is high. But like I said, bond yields is high. So yeah, so like something like this, like I said, I rarely do counter trends, but that's how you know you're getting good at things when you can trade counter trends in a range, or you know, uh, I just have bad nerves. Like I know that when you see the red or the green real strong uh, on the 4 hours, and the 1 hours, it's supposed to keep going down. Once the lower level line up with the higher, but I just don't trade like that. But that's when you're supposed to trade, because I'm the type that I like to be safe as possible. And I just don't sit on the computer all day, you know, and I just miss opportunities and stuff because I don't have confidence like I should. But over time, I think I will. And I probably go to different pairs and try different things and stuff like that. But for right now, um, you know, but yeah, I mean, it's kind of easy, but I don't hold, I wouldn't hold for try to hold it and keep holding it. I wouldn't, but like, I would like to catch it after these type of moves. So like, if I was gonna hold it, I would have did this, you know, and then right here it would have got tough for me because I would have seen this volume on the 4 hours. So I might have got out here, but then again, I might have stopped once the price got past here because that's what you're supposed to do. Uh, to be safe, stop when it get past here. But these are like what I like to catch is like these right here, the moves like this after the 4 hour refreshes, you know. But like this was looked like a monthly refresh here. So this right here was a monthly refresh. These is like 4 hour refreshes, daily refreshes. See, I like 4 hour daily refreshes. I don't like monthly ones, but the monthly ones is good. But like I said, if you got mental problems, You it's hard to hold like that, because when you in the trade, it looks totally different from when you look at the trade as it's going. It look different than what you're doing when after the fact. When you looking at it, it's like, oh man, why didn't I? Because it don't look like it's gonna do this. When it's going through this, it don't look like it's gonna do what it's doing. You see what I'm saying? It's different, and that's the thing. That's what you got to learn how to deal with. It's hard to sit through all this. It's hard to sit through all this up and down, and then it's gonna might come back up here. It's hard to sit through that. Like, it's hard to sit through all that, you know, and that's the key. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so that's the problem. And so, like, if I see something like this, I'd be nervous. Of course, because you see this high volume here, and this is real low, so it could turn around. And then, of course, look at it. And then as soon as I see low volume on the 15, because we see the volume is dying out now, it's scary. That type of stuff, it just get to my nerves, and I just want to quit. Like, if I was to say I'm gonna take this trade and I seen it going up like this, that's irritating to me. It's just something about it. It's just irritating because I start thinking, is it gonna go up or is it gonna go down? And that's the way I think. You don't have to be that way. But like I said, when you look at it on the 4 hours when it's going down, it's like it's this little bitty candle right here. And that's not, to me. If it was bigger, then I'd be more happy. But like if I hopped in on the trade and I see this little candle, and then it's this little bit of volume, I'd be scared. I'm thinking, oh, this might go ahead and be extended leg three or whatever. And I'm like, so it's just different. And I know if you look at it on the 1 hours, it look a little bit better. But still, and then look right here. Nash real low. And that's probably because it's after hours. But and then you see it hitting this volume right here. So that's the type of stuff. So as soon as I see the buyers kicking in, I might get out of the trade. So that's what happens. But sometimes it's real bad. You might see some stuff like it come back up here and do some more stuff, and then you thinking, oh man, I need to get out of this. It happens all the time. Like this type of stuff right here, just shooting up like that. I mean, it's scary. It messes with my nerves. I know that. So that's why. But yeah, I mean, so that's how it is. But who knows? Maybe it's fixing to turn around because the monthly is really, like I said, the volume is at the bottom for the monthly, and the weekly is still high. So maybe it is getting ready, finally lining up, to go ahead on and go back up now. So maybe it's getting ready to go back up or whatever. Or maybe it's gonna come back up. It's gonna come up here or something and come back down. I don't know. But anyway, it's like this is where you have to kind of just sit up and pay attention to it, or just set you a take profit, you know, and just go on and take your profit and get off the computer. But like I said, on the 15, it looked like it could still keep going down. So, you know, I could see it going down, at least coming down to, it already touched this level. So maybe it come down to this level. So maybe it'll come down to this level or this level somewhere. I don't know.